Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing the main card of UFC 181, and right now we are talking with returning guest Nick Kalikas. His website is MMAOddsBreaker.com. Nick Kalikas, of course, opens MMA lines and consults for numerous sports books. And our call-in guest today, an MMA analyst from MMAOddsBreaker.com, is Frank Trigg, who, of course, is a former UFC welterweight contender. All right, guys, Anthony Hamilton, Todd Duffee. Interesting fight here, right? Todd Duffee, of course, you remember about 5 years ago, was maybe expected to be the next big thing in the in the heavyweight division in the UFC, and then a string of maladies. He lost, he got cut, he disappeared, he got cut, he got lost. I'm not going to go over the timeline of Duffee's misfortunes, but now he's back minus 325, Hamilton plus 265 on the other side, and the question is just how much does Duffee have left? And all in all, I mean, he's not that old, right? He's just still 28 years old. Many heavyweights in their prime hit their prime in their 30s. So the question is just what happened to Duffee? Did it flame out? Is that indicative of deficiency on his part? And might he have betting value here at minus 325? Is the UFC setting him up for an automatic win here? What do you think, Frank Trigg?
I got to feel, and this goes my conspiracy theory nature that I have, that I share with Joe Rogan, that I kind of think that the UFC is trying to set Todd Duffee up for an easy victory. They want to bring him back. He's a good-looking kid. He's very well-spoken. The ladies love him. People are attracted to him. So he's a good money-making machine for the UFC if they can bring him in. But if you look at how this thing breaks out, Todd Duffee's only got 10 fights. He either knocks you out or he gets beat. That's the basic way it works out. So he doesn't knock you out early, he's not going to be able to win the fight. Anthony Hamilton, on the other hand, with his 16 fights, he only knocks you out 54 or so % of the time. He's got a couple of subs, which isn't that big of a deal, but he goes to 38% of the time, 40% of the time, he goes to decisions. This is a guy that knows how to go into deep waters, but Todd doesn't really know how to go into deep waters. We really haven't seen much on Todd in a very long time. As a matter of fact, we haven't seen so much of Todd in such a long time. If you go to the matchup on the UFC.com for 181, Todd doesn't even have a photo. He doesn't have a picture in the matchup. So understand that the UFC, who has pictures of everybody doing crazy things all over the world, doesn't have a picture of Todd up on the website, tells you how long he's been absent. Is he really that much of a favorite? Are they really trying to really push him to a position where he's going to win and give him an easy dog? Anthony Hamilton is no lay-down guy. I'm not really confident that Todd, with the time off, and he's fought a couple times, obviously, in the back, but is he really going to come into a big show like the UFC on a main card, get shook up really quickly and realize Anthony's not going away, is he? He's going to be able to handle it. I like the dog on this one simply because Anthony Hamilton loves to fight and will not go away easily, and I'm not sure that Todd physically will be able to handle having a guy like Anthony that he hits with his best shot and he doesn't fall down right away.
Yep, that's how it seems to me. I'm all about the conspiracy theories. I always try to bet into the direction of conspiracy theories, but just all things considered, if Duffee was like minus 150, maybe I'd take a healthy shot, but at minus 325, looking at how he's done at his history of the past few years, it seems a little bit high, doesn't it, Nick? Where'd you open this line?
I did open at minus 280, so it has been bet up a little bit. But again, it was one of those cases that Duffee's the popular fighter, and Hamilton is just not that appealing towards the general MMA community and the bettors, of course, as well. This is going to come down to whose chin is worse, really. I mean, both these guys, talk about suspect chins. We were just talking about that with Schaub a little bit, and that's what's holding him back. Both these guys they're in the same situation here. Hamilton has been rocked, has been put out before. It doesn't take much, it seems. I mean, defensively, that's the area that he's flawed at big time, I think. I mean, he could definitely put it on you. He's got power in his hands. He could even knock you out by kick, as proven in the past, Hamilton. So offensively, he's got some tools. But again, defensively, he just lets too many things get through. And when he's got a suspect chin like that against a guy like Duffee, which, again, he's almost a similar type of fighter where offensively, Duffee's an animal. I mean, if you want to look at the pure striking, Duffee has a very strong advantage here because I think he's so aggressive. He's so fast. He's going to have a lot of advantages as far as landing on Hamilton. So he should probably be able to get the knockout win here. But the problem is, I mean, looking back, Duffee, it doesn't take much to get him out of there as well. I mean, it took basically one punch a long time ago in his UFC career to get knocked out after a fight that he was dominating on the scorecard. So, I mean, he has some suspect ability as well, and I think that you can't really be confident either way here. But as far as pure skill set goes, I mean, Duffee's a strong guy. He's hard to take down. He's got the wrestling background as well. Both these guys, again, are similar in their skill sets. I just think that Duffee's going to have the pure speed advantage, and he is the better striker. Now, He can always get clipped by Anthony Hamilton and go down, and that be it. So, and I do agree with you guys, though. This is definitely a fight that I feel like the UFC is setting up for Duffee to win. Now, he's got the public appeal. He can kind of get marketed towards a title shot, believe it or not. I know that's kind of crazy to say, but the UFC heavyweight division is relatively weak still. So Duffee is popular enough that eventually they can get him in line if they match him up with the right kind of opponents, and he looks good and performs well. He could be a popular guy for sure for a long time in the heavyweight division.
All right, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They're setting Duffee up for a win, so maybe, you know, to avoid, you know, if they want like a big, you know, early exit for Hamilton and to protect against maybe some kind of fluky upset, maybe a shot with the under 1.5 at minus 180. Frank Trigg, what do you think about that? Do you think that that the chins and the striking attacks here justify a bet on the under at minus 180, 1.5 rounds?
This one's tough one for me to call on the under because Anthony's not going to finish Todd early. Todd's too big, he's too strong. He's not going to be able to finish him early. But Todd's going to be able to finish Anthony early either, maybe. Like Todd's one of those anomalies right now. That he hits Anthony hard enough, he might put him down, but he might not. So I'm not really sure how this one's going to happen. For me, I would say take the over in this one just to be safe.
Okay, and the over is plus 150 right now. Thanks so much, guys. Interesting thoughts, as always.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.